When I woke up this morning, there was very little wind and it was kind of warm. And I knew that the ocean would be flat and glassy. I had the day off, so I decided that today was a great day to take out the one-man canoe and go for a ride. And I was right. The water was nice and glassy. It's like a lake out here in Kailua, so figured I'd start my day with a paddle. Let me spin this camera around and I'll show you what it looks like. You can see Flat Island out there. Kailua Bay looks like a lake out here. So I'm gonna get my ride on. Start my day on the water. Thanks. Aloha. So here I am on the beach getting ready to launch the one man. And I decide that I'm gonna paddle out to the Mokes. These are the Mokes, the Mokulua Islands. They're quite a ways away from where I'm at. Maybe a 45-minute paddle for me. I'm no expert paddler, by the way. I'm out there for recreational exercise. And here's a picture of the distance that I gotta go. If you take a look at this picture, I'm going to talk about the wrap, how the waves and the tide and the swells wrap around the islands. And in between the islands, it can be a little hairy sometimes. So while I'm out on the water, I get an idea. I go through these islands and I get an idea of making this video. So I pack up my things on my way home and I decide what I'm going to say. So here's my story. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so I'm back home. I just finished unloading my one man. And I wanted to get this video cut before I forget. I had an experience while I was out there on the water. So I'm paddling out and it's calm and it's clear and the water is glass. The water is just smooth. I can see straight to the bottom of the ocean. I mean, I might be in 10 feet of water, but it looks like maybe a foot deep. It's super clear. I can see the rocks and the sand and the fish. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning. And so I paddle out and I'm heading towards what we call the Mokes, these two islands called the Mokuluas. See, in Hawaiian, Moku is island and Lua is two. So Mokuluas are these two twin islands outside of the bay where I'm living. So I paddle out there, okay, and it's calm and the sun is shining and I'm getting a good workout. And the water is just crystal clear and it's flat. There's some slow rolling swells. And I'm just enjoying my morning. I'm having a good time. And so these two Mokuluas that are out there now, I'm paddling out towards them. And it's about maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes into my paddle. And I decide to go through the two islands now. Picture the two islands. I want to put some photos up. Okay, so picture the two islands. Okay, they're maybe 100 yards apart. And as the swells approach the islands, they wrap around the islands. So what you're getting in the center of the two islands, the waves wrap around like this. And so you got two islands with the wrap. So in the center of these two islands, there's like a valley, and there's the water, and you got waves coming from two sides. So as the two waves are coming, it churns the water in between these two islands. So it was a calm day, but even on a calm day, with the swells coming in, it's rocking in there. So I went from a nice calm ride, and I decided to go between the two islands just for a little bit of fun, something a little different. And that's where the lesson comes in. Okay, so I'm approaching these two islands, and like I said, they're about 100 yards apart, and each wave coming in is maybe 40 to 60 yards wide. So these waves are coming in, and they're
they're about as high as I am. So the boat actually lifts and goes down. So I need to watch the right side and the left side because they come in at different times. And so as I'm approaching and I'm seeing and I'm trying to get my timing down and I'm looking for the flattest part in the water where it's in between sets coming in. There's a smooth part in the middle, so that's what I'm shooting for. I'm trying to hit this smooth part. And I need to focus on what I'm doing. And it's not dangerous. I mean, if I were to capsize, I'll be fine. But still, there's a little bit of fear in there. A little bit of fear where my stroke on my paddle, my arms bend a little bit because I'm trying to pull really hard and I'm going fast. I'm going short and fast. And I'm trying to get through there as fast as I can, get this one man moving, get this boat going. And so for some reason, it seemed to me that the wind started picking up, and I think it's because I'm going through these islands where you got the wrap of the swell. You also get a Venturi effect where the wind picks up in between these two islands. When the wind wraps around these two islands, the wind is like an airfoil. And so the wind starts to pick up in between the two islands, and the water is starting to chop. And then, you know, I'm not afraid, but I'm alert and I'm aware because I need to be. And so at that moment in time, I was totally present, totally focused on what I was doing. And it took maybe 4 minutes, 5 minutes, that's all, to get through there. And then once on the outside, now beyond these islands, and I'll show you more pictures, some aerial shots beyond these islands, it's deep, dark blue, turquoise blue. I mean, I can't see the bottom. It's deep. The water is crystal clear, but it's deep, and the swells are out there. The swells are moving. So I'm not out of the woods yet. And then I just keep powering through. See, once I made my commitment, I made a decision to get in there, I had to go through it. I had to go all the way and not give up, just power through it and make it happen. So then once I get through these islands and I get out into the deep blue, and the water is just blue, turquoise blue, and I'm sitting out there, and this one man behind me, it's about 12, 14 feet long, and I feel tiny, and I just feel the presence of being out on the water and just enjoying nature and what it has, and it was an experience. And on my way back, I thought about it, and I thought about life and challenges and making a decision to do something, doing what you have to do to get it done and make it happen, focusing on the here and now, being present, being involved in where you're at, and pushing through, doing what you have to do to get it done. Anything in life that you decide to do, you make a decision, and it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough sailing for a little bit. In fact, pretty much most of the time. It's not going to be smooth sailing, put it that way. You're going to have waves coming at you from the right and from the left. You need to stay focused on getting through there. You need to adjust. You need to flow. You need to be fluid and get through there and get to the other side. So I had a target. I had a goal that I set for myself. That first of all, waking up in the morning, wanting to go out there was my first goal. Second was get through these islands. And I did it. And anything in life is the same way. It's not going to be smooth sailing all the time. You're going to have some waves pitching you left and right, but you just power through. And Power Network is the same thing for me. I made a decision. I made a decision to get in and to get all in. And now I'm getting some waves crashing from right to left. It's the beginning. Before I really know what I'm doing. And I'm adjusting. And I'm going with the flow. And I'm aiming for that smooth part. Always adjusting, trying to get there. And it's not a question of whether or not I'm going to get through there. I'm not going to drown. I'm not in danger. I'm going to get there no matter what. It's just when. That's what Empower Network has for me. It's the same thing. So I made a decision. Take a look at what we have and make a decision for yourself. If you choose to, or if you choose not to, it's up to you.